Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie and today I'm here to do both my winter reading wrap up as well as my spring TBR. For the second since you guys have seen me, it's been a busy few months, so hence why I've been posting, but I am back for good this time, I promise. I haven't been posting, you guys haven't had any sort of reading updates from me, so I figured I'd go ahead and talk about them all in one video. And honestly, this reading year has been rather slow so far. I have been reading this year. Not a lot and not very often, but I have been reading. I've read in total 6 books so far this year, which is pretty good. It's better than I was doing this time last year. And my reading goal is only 26 books, so that is a good start. Heavily relying on though with reading is audiobooks. Audiobooks I have found have been the easiest way to go so far in 2026, but I'm hoping to get back into physically reading as well here in the next couple of months. I just combine what I've read so far this year into a TBR video for spring as well, make it all easier, get all my thoughts down in one video for you guys. And I will say, I've been doing a lot of rereading this year, so most of the books that I have read are by the same author, as you guys will see. But without me rambling on any further, let's jump right in and get started. Into the books, I will say I'm not going to talk about these books in great length because the majority of them, again, are rereads. The one book that was not a reread, I will talk about in greater length, but I'm just putting that out there. Now let's get into the book. First book that I did read this year was Beneath the Sugar Sky by Shauna Maguire. This is book 3 in the Wayward Children series. So as I said, I did reread this book. I read it a few years ago. I liked it, didn't love it at the time. My feelings still have stayed the same for the most part, and I gave this a 3.5 out of 5 stars. The book I read was actually a short story that is also part of the Wayward Children series, and that is Juice Like Wounds by Shauna Maguire. So this is a prequel to the 4th book in the Wayward Children series. This is I'm not going to get into too much detail with the story because it would spoil the 4th book for anybody who hasn't read An Absent Dream yet, but it is just giving us a little bit more context on certain events that were mentioned in the 4th book and were completely left out on all details of. So that is what the story is all about. I gave it 4 stars. We do have An Absent Dream by Shauna Maguire. This is book 4 in the Wayward Children's series. Reread for me, I read this a few years ago. Again, this is when I was binging the entire series kind of all at once. And I did really like it at the time, but I found it a little bit slow and a little bit confusing. I gave it 3 stars back then. I bumped it up to a 4 this time because I understood more of what was going on with the characters. Definitely not a bad book though. We have The Business of Being a Writer by Jane Friedman. This is one I actually had read for school a couple of years ago, and I guess I had never marked it as finished, but I did finish it technically in 2025, but I marked it read as this year. It is a book, especially with anybody who wants to go into editing, I found very helpful. I really liked it. It's not a book that I gave a rating. I typically don't rate nonfiction, but I did enjoy it. I'm still going to keep it and reference it as I work on writing projects and any future editorial writing projects I might do in the future. The book that I have officially finished as of right now is going to be Across the Green Grass Fields by Shauna Maguire. It is the 5th book in the Wayward Children series, and this is another one I had a lot of mixed feelings on. I got this as an ARC from the publisher when it was first getting released, so thank you so much to Tor for sending me a copy of this early. And I liked it at the time. And now rereading it years later, I think listening to it on audio book helped me enjoy it a little bit more. It still definitely isn't my favorite though. I found it again a little slow. Not my favorite book in the series, but interesting enough, and I gave it a 4 star. All the books I have read so far this year. Now let's jump into the books I am going to be currently reading or reading next. So my current audiobook listened to is going to be Where the Drowned Girls Go by Shauna Maguire, 6 in the Wayward Children series. Again, something I got as an ARC from Tor, so thank you once again to them for sending me a copy. And as of when I read this the first time, this was my favorite book in the series. Favorite books in the series so far have been more focused on kind of like the darker elements of this world. And I just really enjoyed the story where it went in this book and how I related a lot to our main character in this one. And I gave it 5 stars, and I'm excited to see if I still feel the same way a couple years later and see where else this story takes us for the next few installments. Alright, the book I'm currently physically reading is going to be Rita Hayworth in The Shawshank Redemption by Stephen King. This is one of Stephen King's short stories. If you guys don't know, I love Stephen King. He's one of my favorite authors of all time. I'm slowly, very slowly, making my way through his back catalog of his books, and The Shawshank Redemption is probably one of the most well-known. It is a revenge story. It's also, I believe, a prison escape story. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me on that, guys. But it's very short. It's a little over 100 pages long. I'm probably going to read this in one day when I pick it up next, and I'm on page 6 of it. And this is one I've heard good things about with the book and fantastic things about with the movie. And I know people love the movie. I've heard so many great things about it, so I'm excited to watch that eventually. It's nice and short. I can't wait to dive in more. The first book that I plan on reading next, or at least dive back into, is going to be Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. First book, The Final Empire. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, you guys have been watching me for a little bit. Jackie, you said you were going to post this vlog of you reading this book for the first time months ago. What's going on? Honestly, I just have not had the motivation to vlog. I have started the reading vlog for this book like 3 separate times, and I just have never finished it, and that has made me not obviously finish the book. So that is totally on me, but you guys will be seeing it. I promise. It's just taking a lot more time than expected it to be. But I am really enjoying the book so far. It's an adult high fantasy series. It's the first in the Cosmere's universe, I believe that's what it's called. And it is following 2 main characters primarily who live in a world where the bad guys won the war. And basically, they're in this world, people are able to consume metals and become allomancers, and that is just how they get their special abilities. So we're following 2 characters who have different types of powers in that aspect, trying to bring down the Empire. I have gone through technically 2.5 read-throughs of this. The first one I was on vacation, I really couldn't focus on it. The second one, I had just gone back from vacation. I could not understand the magic system. I got like over halfway through with the book before I put it down and just never picked it back up for that vlog. Then I restarted it and I got 26 pages in, and then again put it down, not because of the book, me, and haven't picked it up since. So I'm hoping this third and final read through will be the one where you guys are finally able to see the reading vlog, because it's been a long time coming. Now that I have kind of started to understand the magic system more, I am really enjoying it. It's just a matter of picking it back up and finally finishing this. So that is that one. 3 books that I want to read are all rereads, but it's been a long time coming on rereading these. 2 of them I need to play catch up on the series with, so let's start with those. One of them is, of course, A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. This is a series I have read and reread multiple times. Ever since every new installment has come out, I have reread the series, except for Court of Silver Flames. So I'm very behind on this, and again, the new installment's coming out in the fall, so I really want to catch up. I love this series so much. It really means the world to me, and I can't wait to give it a reread and see how the new book plays out. Speaking of books that have newest installments that I have yet to read, we have Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I read this. Again, this is a book I actually had to restart twice because I just picked it up at the wrong time. It took me like 6 months to read, but this is not the book's fault. It was just a me issue. Timing-wise, it didn't work out. But I did really enjoy it. I had literally just bought, as of recording, Iron Flame. I finally picked up the sequel, and I was planning on reading it a lot sooner than it is to this day. But I need to, of course, reread the first book before I read the 2 sequels that follow. It is another adult high fantasy series. It is following dragon riders, and there's a hate to love romance in it. A lot of people compare it to ACOTAR, which I can kind of see, but I also can kind of see influences of Throne of Glass in it as well. I liked it. I gave it a 4-star when I read it last year, but I, again, need to reread it to see if my opinions have changed and to move on to the sequels. The last book I have in my spring TBR, again, is a reread, and is anybody surprised that I want to reread Throne of Glass? This is another adult high fantasy series following our main character, Selena, who is the most feared assassin in all of the land. And at the beginning of this first book, she's currently in prison for crimes we found about in the prequel novellas that come out afterwards. And she has to enter this competition to become the king's main assassin to win her freedom. I have read all the books in the series, all of them that are all out. The series is complete, and I loved it. Kingdom of Ash absolutely destroyed me when it came out, and I finally read it. And I miss the world. I miss Sarah J. Maas's world, so I really need to dive back in. Crescent City might be something I do during the summertime because I need to catch up on that series as well. But Throne of Glass and ACOTAR are my main focuses for the next couple of months. That is going to be it for today's video, guys. I'm sorry this video might be a little long. My apologies. But I am excited to reread all these books and read some books that are brand new to me, and I can't wait to tell you guys all about them. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give a big thumbs up and subscribe for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That is going to be my new upload schedule. In the comments down below, any books you guys have read the past few months, how you're doing, anything at all, I'd love to hear it in the comments down below. And as always, all my social media links are linked down below if you guys would like to follow me on any of those. With all being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you guys on Friday for a brand new video. Thanks for watching. Bye.